So you guys have seen this Piranha Excalibur quite a bit before. I've opened it up and broken it down and showed the similarities between it and the Desert Knife Works Sand Shark. But recently, I saw this one pop up for sale, and aside from having the classic mirror polished Piranha blade, this one is a first production run Excalibur with some obvious differences. One being that the first production run version has a tip up pocket clip. Back when these first came out, there was still debate about what the best pocket clip orientation was. But also, I had heard that these had stiffer springs, and that is definitely true. This one is much snappier. So, I am curious if there is any other internal differences. I know later on in the production, I believe the current production Excaliburs are running single sears instead of the double sears like the Sand Shark and like these earlier versions. But I'm not sure if they made any other differences when they decided to change from the pocket clip orientation and put in slightly easier to operate springs. So let's find out. These are old school, so they are not Torx screws. These are 5/64 hex screws. I think we're going to have to pull the button off to actually compare the springs. But it's been a little while since I cracked this open. I don't remember if the springs are exposed or if they're on top of the spring carrier. Alright, you can see our dual sears, like I mentioned. And yeah, we're going to have to pull that button off. Oh, yes. Now I remember. If you do this, the sears want to jump into the oh yeah. I forgot how complicated these were. Alright. Man. Yeah, I forgot. You have to actually pull all 6 of these screws to get to the main spring. Huh. Interesting. I do not think this has ever been opened up. I'm pretty sure I am breaking the factory Loctite on this piece. Which put in there almost 20 years ago, 2005. Oh. Alright. That one doesn't want to just pull out completely easily. And there. Alright. Same dual sear setup it looks like. Don't see any changes there. Button off. There. There. Let's see. There's a few differences on the sears. Focus. Alright, come around here. There we go. I can see this sear has some little grind marks on it. They had to whoop, dropped out the sear spring. Like they had to adjust and do a little fine tuning. That's the only real difference I see there. This little flat V, that is your sear spring, kind of slick in that the one spring actuates both sears. Alright. Well, it looks like the only difference is going to be in the actual mainspring. Nope, too big. Not a 1/16th, means it must be a 50,000th. That's the one. Yeah, since we're already all the way in here, may as well see if there's any obvious, like they changed the diameter of the spring, or if they just went with a longer spring to make it a little easier to fire. This first production run one is stiff. I know a lot of people have trouble with firing out the fronts, and so they may have just done that to go for ease of use for the majority of the population. Where are we at? 8 minutes? Alright. Try and be quick. Try and keep these under 10 minutes. And you guys know sometimes. Ooh, hey, easy. Oh man, that is a chonker. Yeah, that is a really short spring. They had a lot of preload on that. Now we know that these try to shoot out at you. I'm going to have fun putting this back together. I have never taken one of these down this far. So, I hope you guys all appreciate that. I'll set you off to the side. That way I'm not fiddling with the sear springs. One. Two. Three. Four. Almost there. 5. And 6. Alright, now let's see if I can not let this one snap on me. Oh, alright. We do have some changes. So, you can see All right, let's just take the tension off that before it beats me up. We have a much longer hook, spring hook that that hooks on the tang of the blade and fires it open and closed. Let's get these lined up. There we are. All right. So yeah, they went from a much longer, appears to be steel hook. Do I have a magnet? Yeah. Steel hook on the first production run ones with looks like a slightly shorter spring. The ends of the springs lined up. Yeah, it's actually a slightly shorter spring, but it feels a little lighter. I'd have to get a mic on the wire gauge to see if it's actually a slightly thinner diameter, but I think it is. To a bronze, some sort of a brass bronze hook and a slightly thinner spring. Interesting. Huh. Well, now we know. Not only did they change the pocket clip orientation, but there was actually some re-engineering going on in the spring carrier. Huh. Well, and we're at 12 minutes now. So there you go.